Welcome back to my channel. I was gonna wait to show you guys this, but I just can't wait. This is an update. I showed you guys, if you have been following, I've been transferring plants over to the acrylic. Ooh, I just dropped something. Over to the acrylic yarn situation. And I wanted to show you how well they are doing. Remember this one? This is the Rana Verde. This is my Peperomia that I transferred a couple weeks ago. I don't see any new roots growing, but you can see the plant has not wilted. The leaves are nice and firm and supple, and they are doing fantastic. They're doing great. So I'm gonna put that one up there. I'm always checking the leaves to make sure that they feel firm and hydrated, because if not, then I know that there's a problem with the roots. I also check if they are a little soft. I check to see if it needs water, and sure enough, I only had to water this like one time so far. This particular yarn holds lots of water. So I have not given this any feed yet. I don't know how often I'm gonna, because I know Peperomia don't necessarily need a lot, just like succulents, but we will see. It is doing fantastic. We got new leaf growth coming out of the center there, and I'm very happy with it. Another Peperomia that I put into a self-watering is a Ripple. You probably remember this one. And it's got flower spikes, the little rat tails, and there's still water in the reservoir, and it is doing extremely well. It's got some new leaf growth. There's a little baby leaf in there, you can see. It has not even paused. So to me, that is a success story. Once again, another one. And it's so easy with these. When you're using the acrylic yarn in a self-watering container like this, and even in there, this one would do just fine in a self-watering also, but you just fill up the bottom and the acrylic yarn wicks up the moisture, and it's just enough moisture so it's not waterlogged, you won't get root rot. The plant is doing, it hasn't even like been phased by this at all. It just continues to grow, and it is doing extremely well. Probably has more than one head on this plant, which is great. But yeah, so you could fill this up, and then you don't have to water the plant for like a few weeks, maybe a month. I have to see how long this is gonna last, but it's doing phenomenally well. So I may start transferring all my Peperomia to this, because the other ones I have to keep checking. If the soil's a little damp, I have to make sure I don't water it. But with this, it could stay damp the whole time, and it just wicks it right up. And I'm very excited about it. So that's that one. We have little Miss Coleus here. That was just a itty bitty cutting. She was about 3 inches tall when I put her into the yarn. And as you can see, she turned into this whole tree type thing. And this one has been in here for a while, so you can see all the roots, the root growth throughout the yarn. And it loves this. The Coleus love this. Among all the other plants that I've shown you guys, they love growing in acrylic yarn. And with this one, sometimes I forget to water it, so it starts to wilt. The leaves get a little bit soft. So I just completely saturate the acrylic yarn, and I leave maybe just a little bit of a reservoir at the bottom, but it's not even that necessary, because the yarn holds so much moisture. But the plant, let me pull back a little bit, you can see, it's just doing really well. And it's loving life in its new acrylic. Not new, it's been here for a few months now. It's acrylic yarn home. Another one here that I have shown you in the past is the Brazilian, this is the Brazilian opuntia, which is a prickly pear type family cactus. This one of the stems that was in here, I guess you can call it, was not rooting well enough into the acrylic yarn, so it dried up and I just pulled it out. But the rest of them are doing fine. I had forgotten to water this a while, even though it is a cactus. Don't make me wet my plants. My friend made this for me at work. So look at these roots. The roots went nuts in here. Nuts and nuts and nuts. And it is doing just fine. It would probably be doing even better if I put it in like some sun, because this is not getting any light at all, just very, very ambient light from a window that's far away. So I could give this a better exposure, but I have not yet. I have to figure out where I'm going to put it. But yeah, this was just an experiment, because I have succulents, I have Peperomia and aeroids and Hoya, everybody in acrylic yarn. I said, well, let me try a cactus. And sure enough, doing great, and it's rooting like crazy. We have some new growth. This is a new stem, I guess you can call it. So that is that one. They're doing great. Again, no fertilizer, only water. I may start giving a little bit of feed just because I feel like I should. I don't know. But last thing I'm going to show you is I had taken some leaves off of one of my Graptopetalum. It's the Marquis de Soin, something French, and I can't pronounce it, but look at the babies. All I do is I take them, the leaves off, and I just put them upside down in a little container like this. No light, like away from the light, and you can see the little pups are growing off the tips of almost all of them, not all of them. But no roots yet, which is fine, because even if there aren't any roots on these, I could pop off the babies and just pot them up in some acrylic, and then they'll root right in. So I'm not worried about that. But I'm just excited to see these babies grow in, and a lot of them. And the reason why I pulled all these leaves off, it looks like a lot of leaves, right? Because the plant that I had gotten from the store, I did not repot it or pull it out of that soil, and that soil is always overwatered in the stores, and a lot of them have root rot, leaf rot, stem rot, and even mildew, powdery mildew. I saw a bunch of them this weekend that had powdery mildew all over them, so I'm like, I'm not going to buy anything from this area because it's the last thing I need. But yeah, so the mother plant just was not doing well at all, and I think she died. But I kept all of these leaves, and sure enough, I'm getting babies. So we will have a whole crop of these Graptopetalum, which is my favorite succulent of all time. That's it for now. I just wanted to give you an update on these beautiful plants that are doing so great in my own unique acrylic method growing medium. And if you have any questions, just reach out. There is an old video. I know a lot of people have been asking. There is an old video where I give a tutorial on how to make the chains out of the yarn with your fingers, just with your hands. You don't need any tools or anything. All you need is a scissor and the acrylic yarn, 100% acrylic yarn, preferably the soft kind because it absorbs water much easier than the coarse. The coarse is kind of hydrophobic and repels water. But yeah, so there is another video from a while back. I can post it for you if you can't find it. If you have any questions, just reach out. Don't forget to like the video, comment if you want to say something, share with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, and hit that bell if you want to be notified every time I upload, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.